Greetings, believers and non-believers. Alright, so just got some interesting comments from a user on my channel, Balork5, and thought it was worth reading out loud what he wrote and my response. So let me just go through this here. Alright, so I want to respond to something you said in your videos about free will. I don't have a decent webcam, and also I like typing more than talking, so we're okay. In one of your videos, you said that free will is just an illusion, and all of our thoughts can be accurately predicted if the full set of neurological transmissions in our brain can be mapped by a computer. So, in other words, if we copy the brain of someone into a computer, the computer will predict the exact actions this person will do. That's a bit of a stretch. Like, I don't know if I specifically said that, but yeah, that's more or less true. You could do a damn fine simulation at any rate. Might be indistinguishable, from a real human mind, but as far as doing the exact same thing, but yeah, that's where we're going, I think, with this. When you look at the nucleus of, say, a given atom, you will see that it can split or that it can stay together depending on the stability of the atom. However, we can never be sure when it will split or decay. The only chance we can calculate by experiment is the chance for it to split during a given time period, 50-50 or 30-70 or any other number. However, when we scale up to a bunch of atoms, we can make more precise predictions. We can start to estimate the half-life of the chosen isotope, the time at which half of the atoms has decayed. With only a few atoms, this half-life is very inaccurate, but the higher the number of atoms, the higher the accuracy of the prediction or half-life number. So the larger your scale is, the more precise your predictions will be. Now for our brain. Our brain works on the exchange of electrical impulses. However, quantum theory applies also to electrons. We can never be 100% sure of its location, spin, and direction, given a specific moment in time. Also, electrons can be at two locations at the same time, but that's not the point here. So again, if you scale up to your entire brain, you can make a prediction of its outcome, but it won't be a 100% sure prediction like with the half-life prediction. However, you can calculate the chance of all the possible outcomes of your brain, but you'll never be sure which one it will be. Another thing that makes it impossible to exactly calculate the outcome of your brain is due to the butterfly effect in chaos theory. An astronomically small disruption in a given process can alter the outcome of the process completely. Yes? So, on your brain, only a single impulse of an ionizing beam is enough to disrupt a single electron and to completely change the outcome of your brain. Conclusion: in a sense, this free or random will can be attributed to the differences in outcome caused by the chance calculations given by quantum theory, together with the impact an environmental event has on the end result, as is explained by chaos theory. A little side note, this environmental event is also influenced by quantum theory, so you can eliminate chaos theory in the equation if you calculate the whole universe, which is impossible. Yes. However, this part of so-called free will is innumerably small, but it is there. And again, a small difference in the outcome of your brain has a giant impact upon the world because of, again, chaos theory. So there is a sort of random will, and a computer will never be able to predict it. Any thoughts of you are welcome. So, I'm just going to read what my comment was here, and I can probably rant a little bit more after that. But what I replied with was, I guess you can say that the inherent fuzziness of quantum phenomena and the implications of using them in your program gives a touch of non-determinism to the process. But I think it's important to remember that we are still slaves to the process and don't decide what each particle wave in our brain is doing. I don't think I disagree with anything you said, but the significance of where you go from here depends on who you're talking to and what you mean by free will. For example, in the mind of a fundamentalist Christian, free will equals our thoughts and actions exist beyond the control of the omniscient, omnipotent superintelligence that is responsible for everything else in the universe, including our genetics and our environment. So, to that kind of person, that's the part that I don't get. There's it's when you tie in this concept of free will to, the omniscient, omnipotent, and supposedly omnibenevolent deity punishing beings for acting out, for being precisely what they were built to be by this, omniscient thing. And so, yeah, if free will means, like, I don't want it to sound like I'm shrugging off responsibility or anything like that, but yeah, if like, free in the context of free will being that thing which is judged, like the judgment just doesn't make it makes as much sense to me as a square circle. How an omniscient, omnipotent, omnibenevolent thing can punish something for being what it is. So I don't know. I think you're atheist. I took a quick glance over your channel, but I'm not totally sure. So I don't disagree that you might be able to say we have free will to the extent that there is some non-determinism to our thought processes, but not free will in the sense that anything we do exists independent of the underlying physics that create us, which ultimately we're not responsible for. So yeah, hope that helps. And yeah, that was fun. I should do more of these.